Greetings and welcome to Inside Leisure World number 49. My name is Betty Martin and it's just really great to be here today. It'd be nice to celebrate the holidays with you again this year. Look, I even dug out the same old sweater that I wore last year. You might remember it. Anyway, December. It's a month of holidays and celebrations all over the world. You know, Leisure World is a small community, but we have residents from many nations celebrating their ethnic cultures and various religions. I think that I just counted that there was about 8 ethnic clubs active right now in Leisure World. So we represent many, many nations and many cultures. And you might remember earlier this year we had the Chinese community on when they were celebrating their Chinese New Year. That was a lot of fun. So today, to celebrate the ethnic cultures of some of these groups, I have invited Touch of Dutch, a representative from Touch of Dutch, one from the Scandinavian Club, and one from the Italian American Club. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun today to celebrate some of these ethnic cultures that we enjoy in Leisure World. It's so diversified. So let me start here by introducing Bernice Sabo here on my right, and Dee Dee Brower and Gloria Serafano. Ladies, welcome to Inside Leisure World.
Thank you.
It's really nice of you to come.
Thank you.
I think what we'll do is maybe start with Dee Dee. Tell us what club you belong to and tell us a little bit of something about the club and yourself.
Well, I represent the Dutch club, the Touch of Dutch, and we have about 102 members.
Oh my.
And we are celebrating St. Nicholas' birthday, that is December the 5th, St. Nicholas and his helpers. And then, of course, we also have our Christmas, just like other clubs. And also we have our New Year's party. With St. Nicholas, that is on December the 5th.
Now, I think I remember from my Dutch stories that I read that the children put their wooden shoes out or something. And
Yes, they do. They put straw in the wooden shoes by the fireplace with a carrot in it. And also a plate with cookies and milk for St. Nicholas and his helpers.
And they get their gifts on December 5th.
No, on December 6th, the next morning. Yeah, the next morning their presents are at the fireplace and the cookies are gone because St. Nicholas ate them.
And our kids have to wait until Christmas,
That's
till
right.
December
That's right.
25th.
Mm-hmm.
Bernice.
Yes.
Tell us what club you belong to and a little bit of something about your club.
I belong to the Scandinavian Club. In the 70s, it was the Norwegians and the Swedish people who had their individual clubs, and then in about 1990, they merged, so they called themselves the Scandinavian Club. And they encompassed, at that time, residents from different Scandinavian countries, such as the Danish, and the Danish, the Swedish, and the Finnish.
Oh.
And
now,
they have
are your
three,
customs pretty much the same in all the Scandinavian countries, or do you carry things one to the other and share them?
We share them, and we are very similar, but we try to feature a different country several times throughout the year.
Oh, and how do you do that?
Well, we'll have maybe have a slide, slides of Norway or Sweden, or we also have entertainment after our meetings. We have the Swedish or the Norwegian, Swedish, and Finnish dancers who have been coming for years to Leisure World, and they come in full regalia. They come in costumes from Norway and Denmark and Sweden, and then we serve. There's about 20 of them that come, and they always meet in May. So watch the Leisure World paper.
Well, we'll have to do that. We might even get over there with our camera because you told me the costumes are quite elaborate.
Beautiful. And then, of course, at Christmas time, it's very important. We have our Christmas this year is on Tuesday, the 12th, and we're serving, Shirley Williams is serving food for us.
Uh-huh.
And everybody knows Shirley.
Yeah.
So that will be a nice time to come. And if you'd like to get tickets for the Christmas Eve on December 12th, you can call Mr. Sanders, and he will bring the tickets to you, or you can call me if you like.
Now, is he the president?
No, the president is Mr. Bud Person, but he's not been well, so he hasn't been doing it the last few months.
And you are the president-elect.
Yes, and this is a bad time to be president-elect.
How's that?
Well, you know what's going on in Florida. But anyway, the clubhouse will be El Dorado Clubhouse at 5:30, December 12th. The tickets are $9.
We can't go into any commercials on
Okay.
this show.
Oh.
But you know, there was something I wanted to ask you,
Yes,
Bernice.
of course.
I thought you got married again. Didn't?
No, I didn't remarry. I'm still looking for an archaeologist. The older I get, the better I'll look to him.
Oh, okay. I knew there was something going on with you getting married. Well, we're going to skip right along here, and we're going to talk to Gloria Serafano. Gloria, tell us what group you are, and tell us something about you and your group.
Well, I'm a member of the Italian American Club,
That's one of
which
the biggest
originated
ones.
25 years ago in Leisure World.
Uh-huh.
There were a group of people, about 10, who decided they wanted to start an Italian American Club. So they would meet at one another's homes.
Mm-hmm.
Then they decided they'd like to get into a clubhouse and try to get the club a little larger than it was. So they went into the clubhouse and they put an announcement in the paper. Now, the first president was an Italian woman. Her name was Isabel Constabile, and she is
Italian.
now 95 years old,
Is that
going on
right?
96, and very vibrant.
And what year was it started, that you started this?
25 years ago.
25 years ago.
Yes.
So she was quite a young lady then.
She was quite a young lady,
Yeah.
but now she's the dame of the
And what
Italian
kind of
American
things do you do in the Italian club?
Club. We celebrate what they call the St. Joseph's table, which originated in Italy.
Oh,
St. Joseph was said to be a very charitable person, and so they decided they would have a festa, that they call it in Italy. Festa, it means a holiday, for St. Joseph. All the ladies would cook something from their kitchens or bake something and bring it to the church. And they would have a procession of Mary and Joseph going to the altar, and then the tables would be open for the sale of these foods.
oh, they sold the foods.
They sold the food, and all the money was given to charity to feed the poor.
Oh, okay.
Now, this tradition was carried from the old country
Mm-hmm.
to the United States. And one of our members, Joseph Duraccio, and his wife, Kay, decided to start a party from the Italian American Club with a busload of people, and we went to the central, to Los Angeles, to St. Peter's Church, which is adjacent to the Italian Cultural Center.
But you don't do that at Christmas, do you?
We don't do that at Christmas. We just have a party.
And when do you do the St. Joseph's table?
St. Joseph's table is done in March.
In March, because that's the,
But we sign up for it way ahead of time, get the busload of people,
Yeah.
and we're taken to St. Joseph's Church, to St. Peter's Church. And the Italian Cultural Center arranges these beautiful tables with all the foods, and they're decorated lavishly.
You know, I don't think I ever let you say what size your club is now. You started out with 10 people 25 years ago. What's it like now?
Well, we started with 10 people, and they eventually got a clubhouse. They put an announcement in the paper, and they got 45 members at one time.
But what do you have
And now, today, we are about 140 members.
That's what I heard. And you're still looking for more.
We
So
want all
if
the
there-
people we can get.
If there are any other good Italian people out there in Leisure World,
Of Italian
come on
origin,
down.
they can have their spouses can be of another nationality.
And when is your meeting? You have it once a month?
Once a month, the first Wednesday, in Clubhouse 4
Okay.
at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, now all you Italians, I hope you listen to that. Now we're going to move back over here to Dee Dee because I think I cut her off too short. I don't think
Right.
I don't think you got to talk enough about Touch of Dutch.
Well, we started about 13 years ago. My father, my girlfriend, Miep Borg, my father, Adrian de Bruin, my aunt, who is passed on, and another friend, and I was the one for the kitchen duties.
Oh.
And we started that club with 18 members. Well, we did it for a couple of years, and then we got another president and other board members. And just, now I was about 102 members.
About 102
And
now.
yes, and we do games, and we play cards, we play bingo. And in October, we have Leiden on Zet. That is a town in the Netherlands that was in 1573, was occupied by the Spaniards. When they got freed, they got herring with bread. And we still celebrate that in October, we as Dutch people.
You have herring
And we have herring and bread.
herring and white bread.
Yes.
Is there any meaning to the white bread? Is it all? It's
No,
always
it was
white
just bread. It was just bread, whatever there was,
Just, just
yes.
bread.
And they had their herring.
And you said something about in the summer you have.
And in the summer we have our picnic by Clubhouse 1. And we had last month we had a potluck dinner, but for Thanksgiving that was a great success. And different things like that. And with New Year Eve, we have of course New Year Eve. We hope to have another room this year. We never know beforehand. And we have our Dutch tradition of oliebollen and kroketten. And the Dutch people of course know what it is.
Well,
and
now tell our audience what it is.
And
because-
also, well, it is meat. The croquettes are meat and they are deep fried, and that is with a ragu. And you mix it and you roll it into breadcrumbs and deep fry them, and they are absolutely
And what did you call
delicious.
it?
Croquetten.
Okay.
And
what about
so,
your oliebollen?
and the oliebollen, that is dough, that is flour, and we have raisins in it, and we cut apples in it, and we deep fry those too. And I think they also have that in your country, some similar like
Oh,
that.
they're
yes.
so wonderful. I had
And
a
they are-
Dutch lady that lived across the street from me when my kids were growing up. And she used to always bring us the, I can't say it.
Oliebollen.
Oliebollen.
Yes.
That,
And if there is any Dutch descent people that moved in this summer and this fall into Leisure World, we are the second Thursday of the month. We are in Clubhouse 3 in room 2, and you're welcome to come. And if you would like to become a member, you're all welcome. And well, we enjoy ourselves.
oh, I know you do.
Yes.
I think all the ethnic groups do. I
We
mean,
are party
everyone
goers.
that I have
Yes.
visited is just a delightful group of people. All of them. Everyone. I need to change my nationality. Although I think there is a German club. I'm going to have to get next to them because I have
You can always come and visit us.
I have a lot of German in my background. Now, what did we leave out with you, Bernice, when you were talking?
Nothing really, except we do try to speak some Norwegian. So I say manga tusen takk. Takk for sist. Takk for maten. Takk for maten means thank you for the food, even if you don't have lamb.
Oh.
We say we provide a smorgasbord once a year. And as Dee Dee said, they meet in Clubhouse 3 on the second Thursday. We meet in Clubhouse 4 on the second Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Except at Christmas, we're going to be meeting at the Clubhouse 2
And
on
well, your
Tuesday.
regular meeting, what time is?
Our regular meetings start at 7, except on smorgasbord night. Then we start at 6.
And when is smorgasbord night?
Well, it's
I
generally...
want to come.
Oh, of course, we want all of you to come. It's in September.
In September.
And I'd just like to say that anyone of Scandinavian ancestry are invited to join the club. But we do have a lot of visitors, and we'd like to invite as many as can come. It's a wonderful tradition. We serve, sometimes we serve Scandinavian food. In my home, we always serve Scandinavian. Lefse,
Yeah, tell us about the food.
do you know about lefse?
Only what you told me.
Well,
I'm going to let you tell the audience because you do it so well.
Well, Bertie and Bud Person, who live in Leisure World, I thought about this today. I thought I should tell everybody that they make lefse once a year. They make it on their patio. They line their patio with sheets because now you're going to have a lot of flour and you don't want it to get all over everything. And they have a regular lefse maker. It's a round electric skillet.
Okay.
And it's similar to a Mexican tortilla.
Uh-huh.
And they make them, and you butter them, and you sugar them, and you roll them up, and you serve them.
But they're not made out of corn. They're made...
They're made out of mashed potatoes and flour and some other secret ingredients.
And then they make them real flat like a tortilla.
They
Is that
are
what you're
flat, and they're fried on this grill. Another food that we like to make is krummakake. This is
Oh, you didn't tell me about that.
krummakake and julekage. Julekage is a fruit bread that's served in all Scandinavian homes. We have, there are quite a few different Scandinavian dishes. Lutefisk,
Yes, that's the
but we don't-
fish.
but we don't serve it much now. It's not being served as much as it used to be.
Was it, was there a certain time that that fish was served? Was that
That
a
was always Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve? And didn't you tell me that the Italians
We used
have
to serve
fish
fish on Christmas Eve.
at
did
Christmas
too.
Eve?
It
And
was a traditional.
what about your
No,
tradition?
we didn't have traditions like that. but
No tradition.
Usually on Christmas Day we had rabbit.
Rabbit.
Oh, that sounds different.
Oh.
We always had rabbit.
Now,
and,
is that something that most Dutch people
That-
do? Or?
in the days that we were living there? Yes, they all, but not here anymore.
Not
now
here.
we don't.
Because it was a tradition in my dad's family. Now, he was German,
Yeah.
and it was tradition to have goose.
Yeah,
And on Christmas Eve, they had oyster stew, and in the stuffing that they made for the goose, they always put oysters in the stuffing, which I hated. I don't like oysters.
you don't like.
I'm not a very good German.
Edie said something about putting the shoes out, and I just remembered something
Okay.
from the old country. They had the good witch, whose name was Befana,
Oh, yes.
and the children would put their shoes outside the door like you do at night and find goodies in the morning. Befana would visit them if they were good little children.
And what if they were bad?
They were bad. I guess they found their shoes empty. I really think
Nobody was
that they
ever
did
bad.
that.
Nobody was ever bad.
I don't think they'd
Right.
ever do that.
Right. Well, let's see. What have we forgotten to talk about? We've special foods and traditions, and some of them overlap. I see that. But you see, most of these customs do come from Europe, and these are all European countries. We went into a little bit of study last year about the traditions that came over here. Like, I understand the Christmas tree was introduced by the Germans. And let's see, what else did I learn last year?
Oh, Tannenbaum. That's
Yeah,
where
the
the sound
Tannenbaum,
came from.
that- yeah, that
Tannenbaum
is
was
from-
the tree,
that is
wasn't
from
it?
Germany.
Oh, yes.
Tree.
Yes,
But you know
Tannenbaum,
what I
Tannen-
forgot too, on Sinterklaas, St. Nicholas night, it was December the 5th, many times some neighbor or even your own dad would leave the room, and then there would be a knock on the door, and a glove, a hand with a black glove, would come around with pepernoten, and pepernoten is some kind of a gingerbread, and they are little round cookies like this, and they would throw them into the living room, and we as kids, we would crawl over the floor and try to get them, And it was really was something, you know, to look forward to. And you better be
Oh,
good.
yes.
And we had
Well,
to
you
sing
were
the songs.
actually born in Holland.
Yes, I was.
And
Yes.
how long have you been in this country?
I came here in 1956.
1956. So-
And so that is 45 years almost.
oh, you're not
Yeah.
45, are you?
No, I'm only 39, and I will stay 39.
And what about you, Bernice? Were you born in this country? Or?
Yes, I was born in North Dakota, and I need to tell everybody that they have a dish they call rumagrut, and they serve it in big portions all over the state at Christmas. They serve rumagrut made with flour and cream and bringing to a boil, and they serve it in a flat dish, butter in the middle, and they have a rumagrut supper. That's what they call it. And in Norway, they put cream on it. And they put cream here too, but the cows in Norway make better cream because it's much heavier over there.
Oh, yeah.
I
yeah.
noticed
don't.
that.
I don't think that we get as rich a cream
No.
today as
No.
we did even when I was a kid, because we always got our cream right from the farms, and they were very, very rich.
And then they serve some what they call putteklub, and I think they serve this in German too. In Germany, it's a potato dumpling made with raw potatoes, and you have to have it, and you have to have enough left for the next day. It's a dumpling that you boil, and then you cool it off, and in the next day you slice it and fry it. That's very traditional. Do you have that in Germany?
Oh, very possibly, because you see, I'm how many generations? It was my great-grandparents that came over. And so my grandparents were born here, my dad was born here, my mom was born here. My mother is of French descent. Her dad came from was French-Canadian. And so his people all spoke French. But how about you now? Are you first generation, or?
I'm a first-generation Italian-American.
So who came, what,
My
your parents came over?
my parents came from Italy,
Parents came from Italy.
and I was born in the city of Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to say something else about our Italian club that I forgot to tell you. We do celebrate Columbus Day,
That's right, you did.
That's right.
and everyone is welcome. When we have our big celebrations, they run
It's in the
the article in the
newspaper.
paper, like our Christmas party now. If you look in the Golden Rain paper, there's a name to call if you wish to join us for our Christmas party
Yes.
in December.
In fact,
Everyone is welcome.
that's how I got all these names to contact for these 3 clubs. I contacted several clubs, and you ladies were the ones who very
We were
gracious,
in the paper too.
very
our name.
graciously accepted my invitation.
Our Italian clubs are very warm too. People feel very welcome there, and we welcome them too.
Yeah.
No matter what nationality they are, they're welcome to come to our parties. And we usually have a happy hour before the
I
dinner
like
is
that.
served. And Columbus Day, it must be pasta.
Must be
Pasta
pasta.
is the must.
Okay.
A couple of times it was left out, and there were some little voices coming out.
Well, you
telling
know,
about the
in the course of over the next year now, I would like to have on this show more guests from the different ethnic groups. I know we still have a German club, which I want to get familiar with them.
Polish.
Is there a Polish
I
club?
think there's a. Isn't
Oh, I
there a
didn't know.
Polish
I didn't
club?
see the
thought
Polish
so.
club.
I don't know.
There's a
I
brand
really
new
don't
one that
know.
just has started, a Korean club.
Korean club, yeah.
Uh-huh. And
They have a Japanese club too.
the Japanese club. I spoke with
Yes.
with the president of that club, and but I got in touch with him a little bit too late to get them on the show. But this is about all I can handle at one show anyway. And you know, I want to thank all of our crew that came down here. Well, first I want to thank you ladies for coming, and to thank your clubs for letting you be such lovely representatives from those clubs. I want to thank all of our crew that has come in to help us today. It's a big job getting all set up here for this show. So they're all just wonderful, and they're all volunteers. Let's see, who else do I need to thank?
I think we see the difference now, what the work it is.
With the what?
What the work before you
Oh,
can start this. It's
now you-
unbelievable.
now you
Now
know.
you
Yes.
realize it.
We'd like to thank you for being
Thank
such
you.
a
And we want to
gracious
be sure and
hostess.
tell our audience happy holidays.
Happy
Let's
holidays.
tell everybody happy holidays.
holidays.
Buona
And
festa tutti.
Gelukkig
Happy holidays.
prettige kerstdagen en een gelukkig nieuwjaar to all my Dutch friends and also my American friends. And it means a happy new year and a blessed one.
And a Mangatusatuk to all of you, and happy holidays.
and happy holidays and happy new year, everybody. And we'll try to get you on the show during 19. I got to quit saying that. 2001 is coming up. It was a nice celebration we had last year for 2000 at Leisure World. But I haven't heard anything about any celebrations for 2001. Oh, last year? You didn't get in on that? Oh, that was terrific. They had